Inktober has become quite the commercialized thing. I'm wondering if there are any alternatives. Inktober 2021 alternative. Witchtober? Catoper? Flufftober? Oh, Flufftober. Godtober? Monstertober? Pumpkintober? Orktober? Plustober? Cute Girltober? Hello and welcome to the Sketching Greyhound. I always wanted to try ink. I have not at all. Just a little bit perhaps on that vision picture, just some single lines. But other than that, not really. So I looked into Inktober and I won't go into the whole controversy. There are a whole lot of videos covering that. But because of that controversy, a lot of other art Octobers were created as alternatives. But why is everything in October? So why not invent a couple of other art months? This is Jesse taking an autumn stroll in the cold air of the city. If you want to make him feel all warm and fuzzy, you can do so by subscribing and ringing that bell. But now let's see if my ink work is any good. So how about we start the year with some animals? January could be Henuary. I mean, there are not just crazy hens out there, there are also pretty cute hens there, perhaps even scary. A lot of different hens, so I think that's quite the way to start an art year. Next up, Frauduary. You know how much work it is to draw your own picture. Why not just a whole month long steal pictures from others and sell them as your own? If that was not clear, this is very much a joke and people who do that should go to jail. March, a whole month just dedicated to pictures of Marge Simpson. I mean, you can also feel free to draw pictures of any other Marge, but good luck finding any. Who needs April if you can have Gerbil? The gerbil, a completely underrated animal. I mean, come on. Really. Come on. And May, probably the best month, because you will be drawing a whole month just me. If you don't like that, we can also call it hay, and you can draw hay for the whole month, just so we're clear. That's a punishment, because I did not like my grade proposal. The whole month of June will be dedicated to the celebration of broken dreams, where you can show the whole world why your soul is as empty as it is. I mean, not every month can be gerbils and hens, can they? July, perhaps one of my favorites, due to the fact that we will be drawing every day something else, fried or deep fried. And thanks to our friends the Americans, there are a lot of fantastic options. Henceforth, August will be known as Sawgust, where we will be drawing anatomically correct saws. Do yourself a favor, save your soul, and do not try and Google image search on that topic. I did, and it was a mistake. September can be Crushtember, where you draw a picture of your crush every day. Imagine them finding that gallery. They will be so happy, not creeped out at all. And if they are, Crushtember's name works also for you getting your heart crushed. And then there is October, which is October. Don't you dare draw a thing. Drop that pencil. Drop that pencil. That's good. Okay. We will survive October together. Together we will turn November into Mohawkvember, and you will be surprised at how many options of drawing a mohawk you will find. You could even draw my girl. I think that classifies as a mohawk. And finally, December would be... What? You want ink? Really? Fine. Inkcember. Would that be copyright free? And those are my highly creative proposals for an art year of 2022. If you think that could spark your creativity, why not share with another artist who could also use a boost? I know they would like the video, and you know that too. But now let's take a look at the picture. So for these pictures I have taken Lucifer again as the model. I have already drawn him in the past. I was not so happy with the result, and it's still one of my most seen videos, I think, so I wanted to try and do it again, do it better, I hope. And yeah, perhaps this will replace the other one as being often seen, as long as I'm happy with this. Okay, spoiler alert, I am pretty happy with this, even though it is the first time I did something like this ink. So, is this different than what I normally do? Easy question, easy answer. Yes, it is very different. So when you draw with pencil, you normally do not just draw outlines and stuff. You start with shading and everything. I can't say one or the other is easier, but it is different how you approach it. So even as you are just using white and black here, basically, that doesn't mean that it is easier to do so. You have to decide, you have to conceptualize a lot more. So you don't have to decide which shade of gray, you do not have to stay perfectly to the model and stuff like that. But you have to decide really where is that limit, you know. When do you break from black to white? Which is the gray level in your picture that says, okay, now this will be drawn in black and it will not be left blank. Especially difficult in the hair. I've not really seen any tutorials before this, I just wanted to try it. I have actually worked a lot in the past before I even had the channel. I have done a couple of t-shirts, for example, with foil that you could then just with heat apply to a t-shirt, and those pictures were always in style a little bit like this. So I have done stuff like this, but normally with a Photoshop filter to decide about black and white. I did not do this here. I wanted to do it by myself and decide by myself. And you can see the result of that. You can see the choice in the on the forehead, for example, where the lines are and where the white meets the black, or around the eyes, on the shadow side of his face. There are still light areas in there, and you have to decide where you want to have that light. I decided that with a pencil. I drew that before, and then I filled in with the ink. That is the process I chose, and yeah, it gives you, at least as long as you have not used the ink, the possibility to correct. On the other side, you now see a different approach that I took, that I also wanted to try with the same picture to see how they appear differently in the end, how the feeling differs between those two. On the left side, the very hard black and white. On the right side, I also had the ink pen, so basically only the possibility to draw black on white, but I chose to do it with cross-hatching, meaning I used lines and crossing lines and putting lines closer together and further from each other to give the illusion of some kind of grayscale. You know, when you have pens like this, you cannot just shade with them, just different shades. You have to do it differently, and one way to do it is cross-hatching. You can also cross-hatch with pencil, and I really like that actually. I haven't done that in quite a while, not once on the channel, perhaps I will in the future. I like the structure. I am not mad at seeing your pencil strokes. I prefer that, that's why I'm not using blending tools and stuff like that for pencil, but just the pencil. Because, yeah, I like how it looks. I like it also here. I hope you too. This is my 2 new Lucifers. My first official ink picture. I am satisfied. I like them. The right one could be a little bit darker or a lot darker. It looks quite light, especially since it's directly placed next to the really dark one. But all in all, I would say a successful experiment. I hope you say so too. I hope I will see you again in the near future, perhaps in the next video. Thank you very much for watching and spending time with me. Have the greatest of days, and goodbye.